give you any tips. But it's up to you. 3. Good. Okay, what's that balance, Des? Basically when you're throwing the shot. So if you're throwing something big, you've got to make sure that your front foot is in front, okay? Let me just show you really quickly. So if I'm throwing a big shot and I keep my body back here, when I throw the shot, I'm going to stagger because I've got no balance. I'm not landing in anything, okay? So if I'm going to throw a really big shot, what I'll do is I'll step with it. So the foot lands at the same time as the shot, which means that after I've hit him with my full body weight, I fall into that shot, okay? If I leave my body over here and try and do it, I've thrown my whole body forward and I'm off balance, okay? So if you're doing that, 1, 2, 3, in, back out, I will step. You see, I'm here, and I step my foot forward first, so that I always have something to land in, okay? So just because you're doing it single form, that doesn't mean you're doing it on the spot, okay? You can step with every one of these punches. You can go back slightly with this one, you can step in slightly with this, back again with that, step in slightly with this one, back again with that, and step a bigger step with this one, okay? So, number 5. Good, yeah, just make sure, even more, Des, step that front foot. So at the moment you're staying here, on the last one, just make sure you step forward a bit. So step in towards the camera a bit, and then go back. Okay, 6. 7. 8. 9. Good, and 10. Cool. Okay. So let's have a look at this step for a second, and before we move on to evasion. So you've always got to remember what it is you're trying to do with each shot. Okay. So with the jab, obviously, unless I'm coming forward like this and really pushing my body into it, the point of the jab is just to either move his guard out of the way so I can jab his guard so it opens up a bit so I can hit him harder, or it's to do a quick shot because obviously you don't want to just come in like here because he's going to punch me. So this can be a quick shot to cover his eyes for a second so I can come in and hit him harder, or it can just be he's getting too close and I don't want to keep backing up, so I'll just snap out a jab to his nose or jaw, which is just me saying to him, you're not allowed to get that close. Okay, so that would just be a quick snappy one. Snap it quickly into his face, and it means get the hell away. Get the hell away. Or I'm just trying to be busy. Be busy. Because if you're just walking up to someone like this, even if you've got good head movement, they can pick their shot whenever they want. Okay, so the jab is predominantly just to find my range, so I know, oh, he's this far away, or my jab didn't quite hit. That means my next one has to step. It's to open up his guard so I can jab his guard so that I can hit him harder. It's to keep him from coming too close so I can jab him away. And it's a good way to get in, okay? I can't get in like this because it's going to hit me. So sometimes I can jab my way in, which keeps his hands and his face busy blocking. So now I can throw my big shot. Okay, so the jab is for that. And the cross is normally a follow-up. So you don't normally, I mean, you can do, there's no reason you can't use this as a lead. It's just obviously because it's coming from back here, it's a lot slower than the jab. But people these days often do this where they lead in with the cross and then a hook, which is absolutely fine. But mostly the cross is a power punch and it's a follow-up. Yeah, so mostly when you do the cross, you are coming off the back of something else and you're trying to hit them hard and do some damage. Okay. When you look at the overhand, it's never really a tentative punch, okay? So we're never just trying to touch them with the overhand. The point of the overhand is a knockout strike, because you're committing so much of your body to it, you really can't afford to not hurt them, okay? Because look at where you are at the end of it. So when you're doing your overhand, you have to put your body behind it. There's no point doing an overhand like this and just sort of swiping at him and not moving towards him, because it won't do enough damage. And it's such a overcommitted strike that if you don't do any damage, you're going to get hit back, okay? So the point of the overhand is I will step in towards him and I'll throw it, okay? So I'll step in towards and I'll throw that over the top and my head moves off a little bit, okay? So when we're doing these big overcommitting strikes, don't stay on the spot, okay? So what I've seen you do a little bit, Des, and sometimes you, Malika, as well, is you spin for this. So rather than stepping into him and throwing that towards him, what you're doing is you're staying on the spot and you're just doing that. But two problems with that. One, it's hard for me to keep my eye on him because my whole body's moved off backwards. And two, there's not really any power in this. What I want to do is I want to throw my whole body in towards him, and this just lands afterwards, okay? So I'm not spinning away from him and hoping to hit him, and you can see the bad body position where my head comes up for the counter strike. I'm throwing my whole body in towards him, and this is just on the end of the body, okay? Much more powerful, obviously, because my whole body's involved, and I can push him all the way over here. But equally, from a defensive point as well, it's not head up, so he's going to hit me back. It's head down and in, which means that his shot goes over me. Okay, so if he's throwing his cross at the same time, as I throw this, my head comes off into the side, and then I'm safer. Okay, so that's just a little bit of information about the overhand rifle when we do it again. So today we're going to do more of the evasion stuff. And we're going to start, because we've done the slips yesterday, or not yesterday, on Wednesday. Today we're going to do the lean back, bounce back, and another variation of the back slam. Okay, so yeah, so last lesson we were doing all the slips, slipping forward, slipping backwards, slipping to the side on both sides. Today we're going to do the lean back, okay? Now the lean back is in your grading and it's slightly different. So the point of slipping is to get my head offline. So if you're punching here, I want my head here so that it goes over, okay? The point of lean back, which is a similar motion because I'm still pulling back, isn't to get my head offline. The point of lean back is to get my shoulder where my face used to be, so that if you are throwing across, then it hits my shoulder instead, okay? So it's not so much an evade as a different type of block. If you're lucky, of course, and you go back, you can get them to miss completely, but that's not the aim of it. The aim of it is to get this shoulder up into like a Philly shell, so they hit that rather than your face, okay? So I'm just going to do it a couple of times for you guys. I'll do the lean back for you 2 times in each direction, and then you guys can follow along, okay? So in my fighting stance, maybe I've thrown something, maybe I'm just here, there's something coming back, so I'm just going to lean my body away and put my shoulder up, okay? I angle my body. I don't want to stay straight because he's still going to hit me in the head. So I angle my body so that everything goes up and over, okay? So from here, angle my body, and I'm back. Here, angle my body, and I'm back. Angle my body, and I'm back. Angle my body, and I'm back. And this way, here, angle my body. And your hand can be down here if you want, or it can be here. Doesn't really matter. Here, here. Okay. Make sure you get that angle Because you can see, if he was throwing straight down the line and I'm here, he's going to hit me right in the ear. Okay, the last thing I want to do is punch him, go like that, and get punched straight in the ear and head, and my head goes rocketing this way. Okay, so here, you're back, you're leaning, and your shoulder comes up. So now if he was punching from my chin, here's my chin, here's the chin level. This replaces my chin, and it hits my shoulder and goes back. Okay? So, we're going to rep out that for a bit. We're going to do 5 in each direction. Okay? So, nice and slow at first. Just here. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. This way. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Final 1. 1. Get that shoulder up high. 2. Hit. And if you want, you can be as tight as you want. So at the end of it, you can be here, nice and tight in case he kicks around the front. Or you can have your hand here in case he does throw something over the top, so you're catching that here. Or you can stay in a fighting position. 3. So this is ready when you come back to throw. Or you can do something slightly more defensive where you do 5, where as you go up, you create a ramp. Okay? So you can have that, which means that if he throws at you, if you're really lucky, he'll hit the point of your elbow, but more likely, he'll just hit some point in your arm before he reaches you. Okay? So if you're not 100% confident with this, then you can do that, which again makes it even harder for him to hit your face. Okay? So, I'm going to get you guys to do 10 for me. We're going to do the first 5 super slow. For the first 5, this. The second 5 in this direction, going to be medium, so nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. And the last 5 are going to be full speed. Whoosh. 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 Okay? So last 5 are as if someone's actually trying to throw a punch at you and you're like, oh my God. And you're just getting that up. Okay? So super slow, medium, fast. Okay? And I'll call them out. So 1. Good. Don't look too far away, guys. That's a temptation, okay? So when I do this, look, where am I looking? I'm still looking at you. Everything I do for you. Everything I do, I'm still looking at you, okay? I don't want to do this. Because if I do that, or even more what you were doing, Des, is this, I don't know what you're doing, okay? I could turn back, and you could kick me in the face as I was turning, okay? So you could have thrown your cross, and you could be following out with a big head kick. I've missed the cross, and I'm like, right, I'm going to get you, bang, and get absolutely crushed, okay? So what I need to do is away. Oh, there's a kick coming, right? I need to go away even more, but I have to keep an eye on you, okay? So don't bend away. Just go backwards, shoulder up, lean. Okay, so I'm straight, looking at you. I'm just leaning back. Okay, so we're going to start these again. Number 1, super slow. Don't turn away and don't drop your shoulder too much. Okay, it's shoulders going back. 1, shoulder straight back. So not you're still doing that one, Des. So don't turn away. This is what you're doing at the moment. Okay, what I want you to do is lean back away, turn your shoulder, and then put it up. Okay, so you notice I'm still straight. I'm utterly straight, and I'm just looking at you. I'm not turned. If I turn and do this, I can't see you. Even if I'm trying to look over my shoulder, you're in my blind spot. Okay, so I'm looking directly at you. I lean away. I swap my shoulders over, and then I put this one up. That's what you're trying to do. Okay, so 2, don't lean. That's, can you, if you can see the camera and you can see me properly, that's okay. If not, less turn. Okay, 3. So what I'm going to get you guys to do is I'm going to ask you to do it, and at the point that you finish, so you're here, I want you to pause, and I'll tell you when to move. Okay, so 4, stay there. No, stay there. How many fingers am I holding up?
5.
How many?
5.
Good. Okay, so like I said, if you can see it, it's fine. Number 5, same thing. Good. Again.
2.
Cool. Okay, so that's fine. I just want to make sure you can see. So 6. I'm sorry, no, turn around. You're gonna do it in different directions, aren't you? So those are the slow ones. Now I want you to choose another direction. So these are medium, guys. So whereas that one was 1, this one is 1. It's nice and easy. 1. Okay, so good. 1. Medium speed. Nice and smooth. Good. You don't have to, you don't have to pause at the end anymore. So you can just do it and come back now. Okay. So 1. Do it, come back. Good. 2. Do it, come back. 3. Do it, come back. 4. Make sure those shoulders are high, guys. 5. Good. So you won't be able to maintain this guard when you're doing it. Okay. If you try and hold this guard when you're doing it and you do that, your shoulder isn't high enough. Okay. The reason I drop my hand down is because by dropping it down, it allows me to lift the shoulder higher. If it's high, anytime your elbow is pointing downwards, it's very hard to lift your shoulder. Okay. So when we're doing the hooks and we're doing that, remember I always say to you, if you're doing a hook and your elbow's low, it's hard to get that up. So what you always want to do is you always want to put your elbow so it's facing to the side or up. Because if it's to the side or up, if it's up, it automatically raises your shoulder, okay? Even to the side, it will raise your shoulder. But you see, as soon as I do that, my shoulder drops, okay? So you won't be able to maintain this guard and do this. You're going to have to drop one hand down and rely on your front arm, okay? You're swapping this for that, okay? So last 5. Quickly now, and you're not going to be able to do it from here. You're going to have to drop that hand down just for a second, and then you can put it back, okay? So 1. Good, that's better. 2. Yeah, that's much better. 3. 4. Good. And 5. Nice. Good. So you'll see, you'll have a preference. And sometimes it won't matter what your preference is, but sometimes you'll have a preference, okay? My preference is, as you were doing, Malika, I always prefer to cut my elbow up a bit. If I'm really lucky, yeah, it'll smash the elbow and they won't hit my face. But more importantly than that, actually, for me, is I always like there to be something between us when you're throwing shots, okay? I'm not a big fan of this whole head movement revolution where your head's moving and your head's so good and your movement's so good, I couldn't possibly get hit by anyone, okay? Because people could look like they're throwing a hook and actually end up going straight. Or they could look like they're throwing a straight and accidentally smash you with an elbow. So I'm not a big fan of this idea of get your head moving so good that no one can ever hit you, because you just don't know what you're actually trying to defend against. Could be anything. I could think he's doing a hook and he could end up doing that. So you never want to rely on just one thing. Okay. So if I do it from here and I do this, that's fine. Okay. So if he's throwing the cross at me and I do that, yeah, that will take the cross. But it doesn't stop him coming forward. So if he threw a cross and stepped through and I do this, he's now on me. He's going to be literally here. So he stepped through and now he's going to be here and I'm leaning back. So this is not a great defensible position. And my hand's out of the way and he's now throwing lots of close shots. So it's not my favorite thing in the world. It's kind of an inevitable thing because you'll be doing your business and you'll be doing all of that. And all of a sudden there's something will come from the backhand and you'll be, oh my God. And it'll be instinctive. It's not really a, oh, I'm about to do a lean back now. Right. It's more of a Jesus Christ. And you throw your head up and your body up and you're like, ah. So rather than doing it the normal intuitive way, which is just like, oh, and you throw your head up and get punched, we're just converting that into a, well, at least this is a concise movement that actually does that job better. Okay. And like I said, if you want to be properly covered in case he throws a kick or something, you can do that. And this will guard off this side as well, in case he was to do something like 1, 2 and kick you in the head. Okay. So if someone's doing a throwing that and then they're going to the head, then it's still going to hit you in the face unless you are here. And then you've got this to cover. It's not a perfect cover. Legs against arms are never ideal for you, but it's definitely better than doing this and getting kicked in the nose. Okay. But the point I was trying to make, there's nothing to stop him coming forward. Okay. This doesn't stop him just walking right into here and then I'm in him, you know, and he's got all the grabs. So I much prefer to put something out. So if he's doing that and he's throwing across and then coming straight forward, if I do that, at the very least, he's walking his face into my elbow. Okay. So as he comes forward, this goes up and he gets that elbow to the face. Okay. It's not a science. It might be he goes up and this elbow goes here and it doesn't do any good, but it's definitely more likely to do some good than this. Okay. So that's my preference. Now, the next one we're going to do is the bounce back. Okay. So it is different from the lean back. The lean back is not actually an evade. Okay. So the slip is an evade. He's throwing something at me and I move out of the way and hopefully it misses me. Okay. The bob and weave is an evade. He's throwing a hook at me. I go under the hook without any contact and I hit him back. Okay. This lean back is not an evade. Okay. Yes, if you're lucky, you'll go back and he'll miss completely, but you're not actually moving that far. If you think about it, if I'm here and I do this, there's no reason he's not going to still hit me. The difference is he's hitting my shoulder, not my face. Okay. For me to say this is an evade, I would have to be here. That's an evade. This is, that arm's not going to get here. Okay. But if I'm doing a lean back and I'm doing this, it is going to hit me. It's just going to hit my shoulder, not my face. Okay. The next one, a bounce back, is an evade. Okay. There shouldn't be any contact from the attacker. And that's the difference. So when I'm doing a bounce back, I'll try and do it on this leg. When I'm doing the bounce back, I'm leaning forward and I'm doing my hits. And then I just come back and forward. Okay. Let me adjust it so you can see my foot. It's really important to have your back heel up for this one, guys. So I'm leaning all the way in, my back heel's up, I keep that nice and straight and I just allow my body to sink down into that back heel, which brings my head away. Okay? It's only a small amount of movement. So you've got to time it, you've got to get your distance, okay? If I'm here and I'm doing it, that's going to do me no good whatsoever, okay? If he wants to hit me and I'm here and I do that, he's still going to hit me. So this is for when you're doing your straights, okay? It's not for when you've come in here and doing this. Me doing a bounce back here is not going to make any difference whatsoever. This is, I'm on the nice long shots. He's trying to hit me back with a long shot, and I just bring my head slightly away, okay? So I've got my nice long jab. I've smashed in one. As I come back, I just let my heel drop, and my head goes this much further away, which means he was going to be able to touch me. Can't touch me, can't touch me. Can touch me, can't touch me. That's it. Okay. So I go in, I go on my toes so I can get that hit in. He thinks, well, if he can jab me, I can jab him back. He goes to jab me back, and I drop back. Okay. I drop that one back. So now the jab finishes here, which is great. Because then when he pulls back, I then go forward again. I hit him with the other shot. Okay. So shot, bounce back, shot, bounce back. Okay. That's all it is. Don't get fooled into trying to do it too much. Okay. So don't get into the habit of, I'm here, but why don't I combine this with this? Because this is what people do. They think, this doesn't feel safe enough. That's not enough. Well, I better do this, and then I'll bend my body. Okay. If you bend your body, you're going to get hit in the face, because the first shot might miss, but then you're no longer in a fighting stance, are you? Fighting stance is head down, in, shot, out. Okay. If you bend your body up, now, oh God, apart from my balance going, it means that A, I can't throw my shots effectively because I'm throwing from back here, and B, look at my chin. Down, in, still down. So if you threw a shot, it'd hit me in the head. If I bend my body back, I'm going to get hit in the face. Okay. I know that you guys are going to do this. Okay. Because everyone does at first, but I'm just trying to tell you now. So when I remind you in a minute, it's not a surprise. Okay. So you stay in this stance. Your back leg is a bit further back. You're on the ball of your foot. Okay. You stay here. Your head's down. Your hands are tucked. You go forward, throw a shot, and you come back. Look, my head is not moving. Okay, I'm not going back and forward. I'm here, I'm a bit further forward, bang, and then I go back. Here, bang, back. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple for you, then we're going to do them together. Okay, I'll do them each direction. It's not easy to see in this direction, you'll sit better here. Okay, so when I come in, I do my shot, and I withdraw. Do my shot, withdraw, and come back in. Shot, bounce, back. Shot, bounce, back in. Okay? 1, 2, 3. One more. I'm forward. He tries to hit. And then I come back. I bounce. Okay? 1, I'm in. 2, I'm in. Here, my head's forward, I throw my shots. Let me get the carpet out of the way. My head's forward, I throw my shots, I bounce back. All the way in, bounce, and I'm back. But it's called a bounce back because you're supposed to do it quickly. So he does his jab, I just move far enough to get out and here. Here, 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 here. Okay? Hopefully you'll be able to see that. Very quickly, I just do the footwork. You're going to be in a longer stance. You must have your foot off your heel off the ground. You're here, you're leaning your body forward, and then you bring it back. Okay? Touch the floor, back. Touch the floor, back. Withdraw your arse. So you're withdrawing from the hips, you're not going here. You're not leaning your body back. You're withdrawing your hips. Okay, my hips are here. This is where my hips are. And now I'm moving them away. Okay? I bring my hips away and leave my body leaning forward. Okay? Here, away. Okay? So I'm going to do 5 in each direction together. And then you're going to do some for me so I can have a proper look at you guys. So first is here. You're here, you're leaning forward. You're really in your super. You can see this is a very aggressive position, okay? I'm not up here like maybe I'm hitting you, maybe I'm defending. I'm right down here, which is like I'm coming in to hit you, okay? I'm here. I drop back for a second, and I come forward again. Okay, so I'm all the way forward, bang, bang, back, and I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 together. 1, up, back and forward. 2, up, back and forward. 3, up, back and forward. 4, up, back and forward. And 5, up, back, forward. Okay, the side. all the way in. 1, 2, back, forward. 2, 1, back, forward. Up, back, forward. 3, 1, back, and forward. 4, up, push, bang, bang, and 5, up, push, bang, bang. Last one. Up, and then forward. Up, whoop. 5, up. Sorry, that was 3, wasn't it? 4, 1, 2, away, in. 3, up, away, in, and 4. Up, whoosh. Now I'm just bouncing and coming back. Okay. We'll get you guys to do it. It's the hardest of all of them, guys, yeah? It's really hard because you've got to think as you're doing something, okay? So you've got to set it up. You can't be standing here high and straight and then like, oh, I'll do a bounce back. You're not going to get it, okay? You must be leaning in. You must already have positioned yourself so that you're leaning right in on them and you're super close to them. And the whole point of it is you're there in their face hitting. They're like, oh, I'm going to hit them back. And as they throw it, you're just like, no, I'm a little bit further away than you thought. And then you come straight back in, okay? It is easily the hardest out of all the evades. The reason that it's good to learn it is sometimes if you can get yourself moving backwards from your lower body rather than your head, it will get you out of the habit of doing this and pulling your head back, okay? Pulling your head back is kind of like fighting suicide because you want, if someone is going to smash me in the head, I want it to be here where it's nice and hard, okay? I don't want to do this. So if they're going to smash me in the head, they knock my teeth out and break my nose, okay? If they are going to hit me, I'm going to be like, ah, and it's going to land on here. So if I'm in that position and the shot's coming, I'm like, right, I'm going to take the shot anyway. But maybe if I'm a bit further away, it might just touch me rather than hit me hard. Okay, so you're going to do 5 in each direction again, and I'll help you out. So get yourself in a longer stance for a start. So you're ready, you're in a long stance, you're on the ball of your back foot, pushing forward, and you're leaning in on them as much as possible to do your shot, and then you come back from there, okay? So longer stance there, Malika, and your head should be down at the moment. You're super upright. Your head should be towards them, and you're leaning in. So you should already be here. Okay, same for you, Daisy, 2 upright. You're here, you need to be here. Okay, so lean forward, get your head in closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn to side. Longer stance, Malika, so I can see your back leg's too close to you for a start. Same for you, Daisy, your back leg's bent, so let your back leg straighten out a bit so you're leaning in. As if you start by trying to lean forward and touch something that you can't quite reach. So that's your starting position, is leaning forward. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, next side. Get that long position again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's not bad, guys. It's not terrible at all. It's just it's a bit more than you need to do. It's a bit more movement than the actual technique. So if I can actually find a position in the room that's actually far enough away from the camera that you can see my whole body rather than just my top or bottom. probably impossible, but see how it goes. Can you see? Kind of. God. Okay. Lift it slightly. So, what you guys are doing is you're here and you're letting your whole body move. Okay. So your whole body's moving and your butt's moving backwards. Okay. And this is actually the next one. The one we're going to do in a minute is just pulling your head and your body backwards. But this is kind of what you're doing. So there's your leg is a bit bent and you're pulling your body back like this. Okay, which is kind of the next one actually. And Malika, you're slightly different. You're withdrawing that hip to get the space, which is also a good effect. Don't get me wrong. You know, here, if I'm here and I can just withdraw my hip. But what that really is, if you think about it, is actually lean back, isn't it? You're this. The only difference is you haven't put your shoulder up. So what you're really doing here is a lean back. And what you want to be doing is nothing moves. Absolutely no part of my body moves apart from my heel. My heel does that. This is a rock. That's all it does. So my heel moves. But look, my head doesn't move. My arms don't move. I don't withdraw the hip. And I don't move my butt. I'm just here. I'm leaning in as far as I can. And then I don't lean in. And then I come back. Okay, so I'm not leaning. I am leaning. Leaning in, butt, away. Leaning in, butt, away. Okay? It is a hard one, so we're not going to go crazy on this one. It is super hard. Okay, it's a very difficult one to learn. It's just useful for what it is, and obviously it's on the grading. So we're going to do the next one now, which is a bit more like what you guys are doing. So this one is just, I can't even remember what they call it now, but it's like a withdrawal. Okay, so someone's here and they're going to kick me in the nuts. I withdraw my hips. Okay, so they're here, they're like, ah, bang. I'm like, ooh, nope. It will still hit you, but it's not going to hit you in the nuts. Okay, so you're here, your groin's forward because maybe you've just done your own knee or something. It goes to hit it, and you're just going to take your butt and take it away. Okay, but don't leave it there. Don't steer and start fighting like this. You take it away and then you pull it back in. Okay, butt, nope, here. Butt, nope, here. Okay, that's the bottom half. So someone tries to hit you in the body, you're like, nope, and back. Nope, and back. Okay, so I'll do 2 of these in each direction so you guys can see. I try and hit my body. Nope, back. Nope, back. Nope, back. Nope, back. Here's one a bit further away so you can see my lower body. Gonna kick me in the nuts. No. Back. No. Back. No. Back. Okay, so that's the lower half. Okay, then you've got the upper half, which is, again, this is kind of the least favorite of all the evades, and it's the one you'll probably end up doing more often than not when you're in an actual fight or sparring, because this is just someone's throwing something at your face, you haven't had time to move your hands, you haven't had time to roll your shoulder, you're just like, ooh, and you're just going to pull your head back like, oh shit. So can't really see it very well here, but I'll leave my hands out of the way. It's just your head's forward, because it should always be forward when you're fighting, because your head's down, and then they try and hit you like, ooh, you're just going to pull it back into your shoulders. Okay, so nice and slow. Up, and back. Up, and back. Okay, so here, but my shin's out. Well, my shouldn't be out, but it's here. Up, and back. Here, push, you throw it back, and it comes back in. Tucked and in. Okay, tucked and in. Over here, bang, bang. Up, and back. There's no shoulder, no hip. It's out here. Gonna hit me here. Nope, don't hit me there. and here. So it's an inch. But look, don't punch me in that face. Bang. Okay? Together, when we ask you to do it, and I have to remind myself of what they call it in English now on the syllabus, it's head, body. Okay? So you're upright, head, body. Head. I think it's just called dodge in the English syllabus. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay? So this is, they try to punch me and kick me in the nuts. Oh, ooh. Head, body. Head, body. I find automatically when I move the body back, my hands come out of it, which isn't a bad thing, okay? I don't really want to be in this position with my hands here because they're going to step in and hit me. So ideally, actually, for me, when I pull my body back, my hands come out of it. Whether it's a hit or if it's just like, ooh, stay away, that's fine, okay? On the head, the same. Don't really want to be doing the head here because they're just going to come in. So as I do the head, as my head goes in, my hand come out of it. Okay? So we're not going to do 5, 5, 5 because these are fairly simple. And they're the least preferable, but the most likely. So I'm just going to get you guys to do 5 in each direction. I'm just going to have a look. Okay? So super simple. Remember, we're on the premise that we're never really standing bolt upright anyway, in a neutral position. We're either in or we're out. Okay, we're always one of these two. Okay, you can't really do it when you're back here. So we're going to assume that you were in, you were doing your business, you're punching, punching, punching. Something's come flying back. You're like, oh no. You're just going to withdraw your head. Or you were banging away, and the guy's like, right now I'm going to kick your nuts through your throat. He's going to try and go straight up the center. You're like, oh no, I don't want any of that. And you'll pull your groin out. Okay? So 5 facing me, 5 that way, 5 that way. Okay? So ready? Head forward at the beginning because you're just here. So what I want you to do is head first and then body each time, okay? Just in case it wasn't clear. So 1, head, body. Good. 2, head, body. Remember, Des, you're not leaning, you're pulling. So your shoulders go forward, your head goes back. Okay, so imagine my head's in between here. I'm just going to pull them out of that hands for a minute and then put it back in. 2. Less of this, Des. So you're doing this. My hands are here. I pull my head out of my hands and I put my head back in. I'm not leaning. Okay, so my back doesn't move. 3. Good. And make sure you do the body one as well. 4. Good. And 5. Good. So remember, guys, especially for grading, when you are doing these in grading, over-exaggerate these movements, okay? Don't sort of like, oh, this will do, that'll do, this will do. You want to be like, whoop, all the way and back. You want to really show, look, Steve, look, Jason. I've moved my head out of my hand. My hands haven't moved, but my head's way away. Look at this distance I've got. Boom. You don't want to be like, you want to be up and back. Not, yeah, kind of moved. And definitely not here. Okay? Choose a direction. We're going to do it. Try and do it full speed if you can. So 1, 2. 1. That's a bit better, Malika. Yeah. 2. 3. Tuck that chin, Des. 4. Bit better. 5. Good. Last direction. 1. Good. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Good. Cool. So it's your dodge. If you see it on the syllabus, that's what it is. It just means literally pull the part that they're kicking or punching out of the way for a second, and then you go back into your normal fighting stance and you get on with it. And it really will, even though it's my least preference, especially on the face part, it is one that you will end up doing. And oh, Jesus, like, you know, because sometimes there just isn't time. If someone's jabbing you and they're already here, you're not going to get your shoulder in the way. It's just too late, okay? They're here, you're probably not going to get enough clearance to do a slip because they're going to end up hitting you here and scraping all the way. There's just things that you're definitely not going to have time to do a pullback if you haven't got into position, because your feet will move and you'll be punching the nose at the same time. Sometimes all you can do is like, oh my God. And you're just like, ugh. And when you do it, make sure you tuck your chin, okay? Don't do this, because if you give them the point of your chin, you get hit here, you'll go unconscious, okay? So you go in, my chin goes towards my chest, and my head goes back as far as possible without leaning, okay? So, what have we done so far? We've done dodge, we've done lean back, and we've done bounce back, haven't we? Okay. The only other one that is similar to this, before we go on to the more normal ones like bomb, is the one where you're about to get kicked in the leg. Okay. So there is one that we do where it's in a bit. I practically ruined my bob with leg kicks actually, so I'm going to try and be gentle with him from now on because I don't want him to fall over. But you're here and someone is hacking away at your front leg, okay? So your leg's out, you're doing all of this stuff, you're moving back on the leg, you're leaving the leg behind and they're just hacking away at you, okay? Obviously not ideal because sooner or later that leg will start to fail a bit and then you won't be able to move about as much, okay? So this is the only one we do. Don't really do too much leg stuff. Obviously you guys are familiar with the brace. So someone's trying to kick me here, so I just brace into it, brace into it, brace into it, or I'll pull that up so you can actually see, or I go in and I go like that and I bend it slightly so they hit the knee, or I full on shield. Okay, so they try and hit it and I shield. Try and hit it and I shield. Okay, those are the leg ones. But the other one you can do if you are not too heavy on that front leg is you can be here, you can just move it out. Okay, so they go to hit that front leg, you just take it out of the way and put it back. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm just going to do it for you here and then in each direction. So nice and slow. I'm here, they go to kick that leg, I remove it and I put it back. Okay, I don't step back because it's too far. I just pull it out and then back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's about to kick his front leg. I pull it out of his way and put it back in. Pull it out, put it back in. Out, in, out, in. I don't step back and put weight on it. If I step back and put weight on it, I'm now in a different guard and he's going to kick the other leg. Okay, so if someone did that, I was trying to kick their front leg, they pull that one out and they swap into the other guard, and then going to kick the other leg. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to take it out, go straight back in and start punching again. Okay, so they go to kick this leg, I take it out of the way for a second, and then I'm back in doing my own shots. Okay, final one. Here, my legs in front, maybe I'm spinning off of it or I'm doing lean back and they decide it's a good idea to kick it. They see that's about to happen, I pull it back and then I go back in. Okay, here and here, 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 bounce, here. Okay, I don't do this. So if I do this, I'm off balance, and if they kick or push me, I'm going to go. Okay, so I put it behind me for a second and here, because even if they push me here, I can at least move into this stance. So it's not here and here, it's put it behind me, put it in front. Tap, tap the floor and bounce back. Okay, tap, bounce back. Okay, so it's going to get you guys to do those 5 in each direction. Again, we're not going to train these to infinity because, in fairness, these are not the ones you're going to be doing very often. You'll normally just try and shield. Okay, so 5 towards me and 5 in either direction. So 1. Pull it out. Yeah, try and get a little bounce. So try and like sort of like pop and back in. because if you just pull it, whoop, then it's slow to get back. So if you can bounce off that one, it's actually quite good. 2. There. That's it. So you're just bouncing on the floor and coming back. 3. Good. 4. 5. And 6. Cool. Find out direction. Good. 1. Just pop it out of the way for a second back. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Good. Try not to put so much weight on it at the back, Malika. So you're sort of like swaying back into it and stepping. If you could just pull it back and come straight in, as if you're trying to tap it behind you for a second and then come straight. It's about weight. Try not to lean your weight back when you do it, because when you lean your weight back, it's looking for something. If you keep your weight forward and you just pull it back and forward, it's easier. Okay, so 1. Good. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Cool. So guys, like, let's be realistic. If someone's in the process of kicking me, am I going to be able to do this? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. If his legs are already in motion and my leg's here and he's here, am I going to get that out of the way in time? Probably not. Yeah. If I see him going like that, which is why I keep saying to you guys, don't telegraph. I'm about to hit you. I'm about to kick you. If I see him going like that, will I do it? Yeah, I'll just get the hell out. I'll get my leg the hell out of there because I know that that's what he's going for. Okay. The other thing you can do is if the guy is formulaic. Okay. What I mean by formulaic is, especially in kickboxing, which is not to their detriment because they do it very well, but it just happens to be a pattern. In kickboxing, they do 1, 2, 3. Okay. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you're fighting someone and they've already kicked your leg after every punch combination, 1, 2, 3, which is not a bad idea, by the way. It's a good thing to do. But if that is what they're doing, 1, 2, 3, then you know after you've defended 1 and 2, they're going to kick your leg, aren't they? You know, it's if they every time they do 1, 2, 3, they kick your leg. If you've taken 1 or 2 of those, then what you could do is block, block, out. Block, block, out. Block, out. Because you know they're heading for the leg afterwards. You know, they've done it 2 times. They're going to do a 3, 4, 5. You're here. He goes to here. He throws his jab, throws his cross. And as I block the cross, maybe I do it at the same time. 1, 2, it's just quick. So that's when we're going to use it, okay? If someone is basically saying to us, I do this all the time, that's when we're going to do it. Okay, so the last one we're going to do is the bob and weave, which is obviously one of the core. I would say if you're practicing this stuff at home, I'd put it in this order, really. Depending on what you want to do. If you're practicing because you like sparring, put it in this order. If you're practicing because you like to self-defense applications, I'd do it in a slightly different way. But if you want to learn for sparring martial arts stuff, I would do slips first, so all of your slips. Then I would do your lean back, and then I would do the bob and weave. Okay, those are your top 3, and then there's the other ones that we also do. Okay, so I would do those if that's what you're trying to do. You want to be like martial artsy, or you like to spar, those 3. Okay, if it's self-defense and that's what you're trying to learn to defend yourself, I would do the lean back first, and then the slips, and then finally the bob and weave, okay? Because the bob and weave is the least self-defense oriented. Because if someone's there and they're going to try and smash you, you're much better off trying to block it in the street than trying to move your head under it and do something, because you probably just won't have the mental capacity to do it when you're under stress, scared, and you weren't expecting to be in a fight. You know, it's quite difficult to go from sitting there looking at your phone, reading the news at a bus stop, to suddenly like, right, okay. You know, it's a very difficult switch that most people can't make. Okay, so we're going to do the bob and weave, which is a great movement. You know, if people are throwing lots of hooks, it's a great thing to do. It's just more of a sparring thing than a self-defense thing, really. So bob and weave is fairly simple. You combine a slip movement with a ducking movement, and then you get your legs working as well. Okay, so we'll do it without the step first, which is actually harder but less to remember. I like doing it with the step every time I do it because it gets me out of the way more, but it is also trying to remember two things at once then. Okay, so we're here. If the punch is coming from this direction, then I'm going to want to go away from the punch, down, and then back up. Okay, and my right shoulder will end up in front. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of these for you just so you can see it. So I'm here, the punch comes in, I try and get away from the punch a little bit to give me more time, and I go down, and then my right shoulder's in front. Okay, again, here, away, across, up. Okay, one more in this direction. Punch is coming, I try and get away from the punch. Give me a second to go down and under, up, down and under, up. Okay, this direction. Here, punch is coming, away, down and under, up, and back. Always turn the shoulder, okay? So I should be here anyway. This is my fighting stance. I'm going to go away slightly, down, around, turn that shoulder, and I should finish here if I want to stay low, or here if I want to stay high. Okay? Once I've done that, I have the choice to either hit from this position or come straight back. Okay? So I'm going to do 5 together in each direction. I'm going to get you guys to do 5 without me so I can see what you're up to. Nice and slow, guys. We're in our fighting stance. Our hands are up. Our heads forward, guys. Okay, we're not here. Heads forward and ready. You're Victory Square Malik. You're here. So drop down, pull that shoulder back, put your head in. There we go. Before we start, guys, think about the look as well, okay? Yes, there is a physical reason to do this, but also think about it from a psychological reason, okay? Which of these looks more intimidating to you as an attacker, okay? Here, 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 or here? Which one looks like I actually know what I'm doing? It's not this one. Probably not that one. It's this one, isn't it? The one where I'm like, oh, okay, come on in. What? And I'm here. If you're here, you just don't have that threat, okay? So, in position, number 1, we're going to go away from the shot, down, around, up, and back. Hands up, away, down, around, and back. Okay? Try not to lean too much as well, yeah? Don't here, because you're going to get kicked in the head. Okay? 3, away, down, around, up. 4, here, and 5. This direction. 1, away, down, around, and up. 2, away, down, around, and up. 3, away, down, around, and up. So a lot of it's in your glute. 4, here, and 5, away, and in. And then you've got a choice to hit. Okay, Next direction, last ones. Away, in, up, and back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I'm going to get you guys to do some. Focus on not bending too far forward, okay? Your head will inevitably go slightly forward and down, but what you don't want to do is look down and just try and put your head under the shot, okay? There is a type of this where you're here and you just roll your head under the shot. I'm not a fan. Okay, so 1, away from the shot and rolling in. Okay, so I'm going to hit you, you're going to roll under it. Okay, so 2, good, 3, 4, and 5. Good, nice. Okay, now you're going to turn to the side and do the same. 1, good, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. So now on the last 5 minutes, guys, Dan's yours is not too bad, Malika. Yours is good as well. But now I want you to go from 1 motion, 2 motions to 1. Okay, so you're going to move in a circle. So rather than a straight line, 1, and then a U, you're going to go 1 big circle. So away from them and then throw yourself around. Okay, because if you go here, stop. The stop's where you're getting hit. Okay, so you need to be a continuous motion of that. Okay, so 1 big all the way around. So 1, good, much better. 2, 3, good, 4, and 5. That's good, guys. Looking pretty good. Is there anything before we move on to the doing it in the other direction? Is there anything you guys want to ask about that? And you, Rebecca, obviously, because I can't see your camera. So if there's anything that you're right, this is doing a Jesus pose. It's sort of like, okay. So obviously, you're not always going to get hit with a right hook. Sometimes you get hit with a left hook. Doing that for a hook coming from this direction is obviously not a great idea because I'm literally throwing my head into the hook and then trying to come out away from the hook. So even if this doesn't hit me, I'll throw my head in that direction. It will follow me. I'll pop my head up and get hit in the air. Okay. So if I'm going to get hit from this direction, then I'm going to have to start over here and roll backwards. Okay. And again, let's not get confused about what we're trying to do here. We're not rolling sideways. Okay. When I'm here and I'm back here and I'm doing a dip, a bob and weave, and it's coming from this direction, I'm rolling forwards and in towards the person. Okay. I can't roll sideways because my front leg and my back leg are on a diagonal. Okay. So if my front leg and my back leg are here, I can't roll this way without stepping. Okay. So instead I roll that way. Okay. If the punch is going from the other direction, then you would hope that I'm in the front of my stance here and I will roll backwards, not directly 90 degrees that way. Okay. Just so you're aware. So why does that make a difference? 2 reasons. 1, it makes a difference because of where you end up. Okay. So if I was completely square and I done a bob till I'm completely square, I end up completely square. Why is that a problem? Well, here, If they hit me, I'm going to go and fall because I'm flat. 2 is a big target. And 3, I haven't built any power in either hand. So I can do that. Weak punches. Okay? And also I haven't changed the distance between us. So if I'm here and I do that and I come up here, I haven't got any closer or further away from him. Okay? What I want to do, my left leg's in front, is I want to go away from him, come back in. I've built power in this hook. Yeah? Here, uppercut. Here, cross. Here, hook. Okay? All built from putting that shoulder in the back and this shoulder in the front. Distance-wise, I've closed distance. Look, I'm closer to him and I'm off of his center. So I can now come back in with these shots easier. Okay? Now when I'm going back, it's the same thing, only I'm going to end up further away. Okay? So shots coming from this direction. Obviously, I'm not going to throw my head this way. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go the other way. And I'm going to roll back. Okay? Going from this direction. Here. Roll under it. And come back. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple for you. And then we'll do them together. So here. Into my back stance. And then I've got a twist to kick. Here. Slip. Bob. Weave. Slip. Bob. Weave. Where do I finish? Rotated. So from here, he's thrown his hook. Here. Under. I'm here. I can now hit with either hand, or I can lean back, or I can bounce back, or I can step to the side. Okay? I have a multitude of options that I wouldn't have if I tried to do this. Okay, now I've got nothing. This direction, actually we're doing this direction first. So, okay. Now I'm going to get you guys to do 5 with me in either direction. Okay? So, 1, step forward, go underneath, come up the other side. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push. This way. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Funnel. 1, smash in. 2, smash in. 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, and 5. 1, 2. Okay. Get you guys to do 5 for me in either direction. So, start facing me. And remember, guys, super important point, don't drop your head towards the floor. Okay, just in case they throw an uppercut or a knee. 1, Good, nice. 2. Good. 3. 4. And 5. Good. All right, guys, another direction. Before you go, just remember, so that's good, and that's how I was showing it to you now. Try when you speed it up, don't do 1, 2, do 1, 1. Or you can do what I was doing at the end, which is throw the hit to get you in that position and then duck from there, okay? So as long as you get in that position, it's fine. You can throw and get in. You can block and get in. But you just have to be in that position, okay? So 1. Good. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Good. And last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do for the last 7 minutes is we're going to put them into combinations of slips. Okay, so we're going to do a slip into a bob and weave into a lean back. Okay, so what I mean by that is obviously the problem with all of this stuff, the same as the problem with blocks, is it only accounts for 1 punch. Okay, so if he throws 1 punch at me and I roll under it, great, I'm safe for that second, okay? The next second he's going to throw another punch. So it's never really a case of I'll do 1 thing and then I'm done, okay? I might have to do 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things, 4 things, and then I'm done, okay? So we're going to do a combination, okay? Now, we're going to do a slip forward. So he's thrown his jab. We're going to slip forward. Then we're going to roll under. And then we're going to lean back. Okay? So, which is not an uncommon sequence. Okay? If you think about it, he's tried to jab me. He's missed. He's swung a big hook at me. He's missed. So this hand's in his back now. So he's going to try and throw something else. And you're going to catch it on your shoulder. Okay? So, he's jabbed at me. I've moved and it's gone over my head, okay? I'm aware he's about to throw his big hook, so I'm going to roll underneath the hook, and you see I'm still in. And now I was going to go and do my own punch, but then I've seen he's landing a big cross on me, so instead of that, I decided to let safety happen first and go into my lean back, okay? So I'm going to do it really slowly for you. Slip, roll, lean back, okay? 1 more. Slip, roll, lean back. Slip, roll, lean back. Slip, roll, lean back. Okay. We're going to do that. So we're going to do 5 together in either direction. Going to start off slipping that jab in and slip, okay? Then he's going to throw his hook. I'm going to roll under the hook, and then he's going to throw his lean back, and I'm in quite a rolled up position, so I'm going to throw my body back, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Good. Again, 1, 2, 3. That's what we're aiming for, guys. So I'm doing the hitting. I'm jabbing you. 1, you're going to slip that jab. Then I'm going to hook you. 2. And I'm going to try and hit you again with my backhand. 3. Good. Okay, last one. 1, 2, 3. Make sure when you come back from this, you step your back foot back explosively so you can end up in this position. Okay, you don't want to be all curled up here and then slowly unwind because you're going to get here. Okay, new direction. Choose one. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next. Step in, roll under, come out. 2. Step in, roll under, come out. 3. Step in, roll under, come out. 4. In, under, out. And 5. In, under, out. And again, guys, as I said to you guys before, all of these movements have an equivalent strike. Okay, so what is the step forward? The step forward is our powerful jab. Okay, here with the strike. Okay, bob and weave. What is our bob and weave? Our bob and weave is a body hook. Here, 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 roll under in here. So when we bob and weave, it's our body hook. What is our lean back? Our lean back is our retreating jab. So every one of these can be a strike, okay? So you can do duck the jab, roll the hook, hit him on the way back. You can do hit him on the way forward, roll the hook, get out. Or you can do hit him on the way forward, hook him on the way back, hook him on the way back again. All of these can be a strike, which is why they work. Okay, because if I'm in a fight with someone and I duck theirs, I duck theirs, and I duck theirs, they're not going to stop trying to hit me. They're going to continue to try and hit me, okay? So I haven't gained anything. I've just not been hit in the face. If I do instead, I hit them, I hit them, I hit them, then I've had 3 shots at it, okay? I've had 3 hits on them. They haven't hit me at all. We're going to put one more slip on there, and then we're going to finish up, okay? So now we're going to do slip the jab, roll the hook, come back into the lean back, and then we're going to slip to the right, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So we're going to do that together. Do 2 in each direction, shall we say, and then we're going to add stuff on, and then we'll finish up. Okay? So 1, slip, roll, lean, come forward. 2, slip, roll, lean, come forward. Good. Next direction. Slip, roll, lean, come forward. 2, slip, roll, lean, come forward. Next direction. Slip, roll, lean, forward. Next direction. Slip, roll, lean, forward. Okay? Let me see you guys do that a couple of times. And then I'm going to add in the strikes before we finish. So I'm going to call it like this, okay? Slip, roll, lean back, right slip, so that you guys can do it in that kind of speed, okay? And if you want, I'll be doing to the camera 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can see what you're aiming at, or aiming to not get hit by. 1, slip, roll, lean back, slip. Good. 2, slip, roll, lean back, slip. 3, slip, roll, lean back, slip. Good. A bit quicker now. 4, slip, roll, lean back, slip. Full speed this one. Slip, roll, lean back, slip. Good. Excellent. Choose a duration. I'm going again. 1, slip, roll, lean back, slip. That's it. Get those hips moving. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, slip, roll, lean back, slip. 1 more. Slip, roll, lean back, slip. Good. Get those transitions quicker, guys. So it's ba-bum, ba-bum. So think of it as 2. Slip, roll, lean back, slip. Rather than slip, roll, lean back, slip. It's a... Okay? Slip, roll, lean back, slip. So 4, slip, roll, lean back, slip. Good. 5, slip, roll, lean back, slip. Good, nice, cool. So I'm going to put some punches in here. I don't like doing anything without hitting because it gives your opponent too much time to think about what they want to do with you. Okay? At least if I'm smashing him in the face at the same time, even if it's a rubbish shot, I'm here somewhere, he's not thinking, oh, his head's down, let me smash him, or his head's gone down, I'm going to knee him. Okay? He's like, oh, there's something in my eye. So we are going to do alternating strikes on these guys. Okay? What I mean by alternating is I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, and we're going to do that one, and then I'm going to tell you something else, and we're going to do that one. Okay? So the first one, we're only going to put in 1 jab, and that jab is on the first. So we're going to jab, roll, lean back, slip. Okay, so we're just going to do the jab first. So 1, jab, roll, lean back, slip. Okay, now we're going to do no jab on the first one, but on the second one, there's a hook. Okay, so 1, hook, lean back, slip. Okay, so we're only doing the hook. So go. Here, hook, lean back, slip. Okay, now we're only doing the hook on the third shot. Okay, so I'm going to dare, I'm going to roll. As I come back for the lean back, I'm going to hook long, and then I'm just going to slip. Okay, so only the third one. Go. In, roll, hook, slip. Good. Now, only the fourth one. So we're going to no, 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 but this is going to be a cross rather than a slip. Okay, so only the fourth one. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay, last one. All of them. Okay. Jab, hook, hook, cross. Okay, one more. Slip the jab, cross, hook, hook, slip the cross. Okay, all of them. So go, jab, hook, hook, cross. Okay, I want you to do one for me so I can see how you guys do. I'm going to call it like that. Okay, so 1, jab, hook. You're just going off on your own. So let's start. I'll call it so you can just do it in motion. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll call it and then you can do a full speed one afterwards. Okay, so 1, jab, hook. So it's remember it's a duck under, Malika. So you're just ducking under, and as you're doing it, you're throwing in the hook. It's a body hook. Yeah. So again, start again. Jab, hook, hook again, and then come in for the cross. Good, nice. So the only thing to remember, Malika, and this is potentially why you're finding it a bit difficult as well, is we're slipping in on the jab. So when you're rolling back, it's easier to do the hook if you slip in on the jab and then turn out on the hook. If you slip out on the jab, then it's quite difficult because now you've got to put your head forward. Okay, so it's easier if I'm in, straight across, straight back, in again. Okay, so full speed, guys, whole 9 yards, jab, hook, hook, cross. Okay, go. Up, 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 up. Good. Nice. It's fine. So on the last one, guys, obviously the last one is a cross. If you wanted to put in an elbow instead, that's fine. Even if you wanted to put in this elbow, it's fine. Because the important thing is your body's here, which gives you a uppercut, a cross, or a hook. So it doesn't actually matter that much, okay? So one more full speed in your own time. Go. Good. Cool. Okay. Now I want you guys, before we finish up, because we're a bit over time, I want you to do it in your own time 3 times in a row without stopping. Okay, so bum 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 bum. Okay, go without stopping. Good, nice. Good. The point of that, guys, is when you're in a fight, you know, we always break stuff up into little chunks, don't we? Like we're in the middle of a fight. Rah! Oh, hold on. It's not real, is it? If you're in the middle of a fight, you're, ah! And then you're not going to be like, hold on. You're not. What you will be is, and you're just going. You're just going to continue and continue and continue. And if you get into the habit of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it makes it harder. Okay, so for this one, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And even if you messed it up slightly, at least you've hit them 12 times. Okay, so guys, I hope that was cool with you. I'm going to head off now. Any comments before we go? Plug this in.
No, that was a great lesson. Thanks, Steve.
All right, guys. So we've covered the majority of what's in your white belt syllabus at this point. We're going to finish it off over the next couple of weeks. I've sent a message out about the site. Obviously, all of this will be trimmed into 2-minute videos put on the site so you can practice at home all your basics. So at the moment, we've got jabs, crosses, hooks, uppercuts, elbows, and we start off the slips and we'll have the knees up by the end of the weekend. I'm going to add in these slips obviously as well. So all of those will be on there for anyone who wants to look at them, especially people at the lower grades who want to refresh themselves. But equally for you guys, I want you guys to look at this and think about your form, okay? Because obviously the better you get, the more you focus on complex stuff and the less you start focusing on, is my jab turned over, is my shoulder up? And I don't want you guys to get into the habit of, yeah, I'm not going to worry about my jab and my cross form. It's okay. but I know how to do a suplex, or, oh, I'm on the clinch stuff now. It doesn't really matter if I elbow down here. It always matters. And the reality is, if you need this stuff, if you actually were attacked or something, it's not going to be the throws. It's not really the clinch stuff as much. It's going to be the very basics of, he's throwing a shot at the same time as me. I better roll over and make sure he doesn't knock me out with the very first punch of the fight. Oh, okay, I've managed to survive that one. Right, I want to put in a hard cross. Right, I don't want to get hit in the face at the same time, so I'm going to keep that covered. Right, it's time to do my hook. Right, I better put some power on the end of it, so I better reach in, and I better keep my hand up because he's hitting me the whole time I'm doing my hooks. That's what keeps you safe. It's never the fancy tapping, tap, tap, tap here, throw, wrist lock. If you're super lucky, you might get one of those. It's the, I've hit him, I've hit him, I've hit him, I've hit him. And the whole time he's managed to get maybe one shot in, because the whole time my hands have been up. So maybe at some point in one of these, he's managed to hit me here somewhere when I pounded him 3 times in the face. So that's what keeps you safe. That's the real stuff. The rest of it is martial arts and niceties. Okay, all of the turn it over, spin, pulls, arm drags, throws, clinch work. Actually, clinch work, to be honest, is really useful, but some of it more than others. Okay, the reality is you want to keep their head there and you want to smash them. The throws and all of that can be a little bit exuberant. Okay, so guys, hope you have a really great weekend, and I will see all of you hopefully on Monday.